due to adult language, themes, and images. I'm gonna warn you, don't have your children around. Please don't let your children hear the language. Please, viewers' discretion is advised. I gave you a warning. Now let's get into the show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because somewhere around the world that is truly what time it is, and I'm your host, the dopest political analyst on this planet and the most feared former congressional and senatorial candidate, these United States. Antone Tucker, Tony Montega, Tony X, the truth, the threat, the legend, Neo, the wisest man in the room. Here, free with you from the Matrix. Thank you very much for coming here to unplug with me. I want to say it is with great honor that I get to address you, the people who continue to fight for change. There are a lot of things that we need to do because if we don't, we're headed down a very dark path. One of which is making sure and demanding that this administration holds Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, accountable. And I'm definitely going to make sure that I push litigation to get everything that these people have been doing to my accounts. I have to say this just to make sure this administration owes it to the American people to hold Meta accountable. So let me get into the show today. I'm going to get right into it. What do Americans want? Well, I have it on the screen right now. Let me go over here and make sure I can see it on the screen. We want to make sure that we see it on the screen so we can see that people can see it. And maybe I may have to make it larger. I'm going to have to make it larger. It's okay. We can do that. Might have to cover me up a little bit. Might have to cover me up a little bit. And it's okay. Just for now. Because I have to show you why I don't lose faith in Americans. So, this is 7 hours ago. This has 221 comments. First, fight corruption and crime in the USA versus make America great again, safe again. Then it says, go arrest Clintons today. Then it says, hey, Pam, we want accountability for our corrupt government. Arrest someone. When are Bill and Hillary Clinton going to be arrested for refusing to obey congressional subpoenas? Imagine being a target of the investigation by Pam Bondi Justice Department, knowing she's going to list a whole bunch of your crimes, add more crimes, look angry, defiant, but she's never going to issue an arrest warrant. Arrest someone. No picture. They weren't properly prepared. Mark Kelly and other Democrats need to be arrested and charged with treason for the video they put out encouraging our military to go against our own government. Please leave all these peanut criminals and cartel members to your deputies. You should go after them leaders who commit crimes. Go after those House oversight referrals that were sent to you by Comer. It's a celebration that we're getting drugs off the streets. Thank you. Thank you for your hard work. And that's about one to already maybe 12 comments we've read. When are we going to see anyone going to jail? We know so many people who have broken the law and no arrests. Why? Crime doesn't stop. Get them all. You will never see one of these press conferences saying they arrested a criminal Democrat. Damn, I wish I know where he's at. I could use $15 million. Is Pam Bondi ever going to arrest anyone that's under investigation ever? Great job, folks. Bill, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, James, and Hunter. You have the main people. We are going to make an example out of those who... Now, Kash Patel has said, so I have to make sure that I say this. Justice Department. Kash Patel has said that everyone will be held accountable. The only problem is, it's even looking like now that James Comey, former FBI Director James Comey, will be getting in the way, or at least could have this case thrown out because of how ridiculous it seems to be put together. And why aren't Republicans in the Senate pushing to get Ms. Halligan confirmed? It's because they're full of shit too. Let me explain, because I don't really want to even have a long day doing this. People are going to critique this and they're going to say a whole bunch of everything. I know you want me to tell you, how do we stop the deep state? How do we clean up government? Well, I'm going to tell you some steps that I believe that we should demand as a people. These are some things that we should get behind. We need an audit of the government, an independent one. One done by law enforcement individuals who are former military, but people who are not with the bullshit. The very people who are questioning the involvement of every other outside source. The people who told the truth about 9/11. The American people is going to explode because they're being gaslit from all sides. We know Donald Trump is not the guy who's been there, so I'm going to just remove him. And then I'm going to add him later. The problem exists with the Congress. We need a full audit. We need an audit, a forensic audit of who's giving every last one of them money. And then cross-reference the people who given them money with shadow groups, people who mean us harm, or even outside nations. Remove any and all dual citizenship from any individual serving in the Congress. You have to be an American citizen and an American-born citizen only. We should be pushing for legislation, creating petitions, and not just you, but your friends too. Because the more people creating petitions and getting more signatures just means more signatures. But we have to find out who's funding the Congress and remove PACs. The only people who should be funding the Congress are the people that they intend to represent. If the people that are representing them are not able to give them money or doesn't feel motivated to, then at least they should respect the person enough in their community to still go vote for them. And we need to remove the fact that you need all of this money in order to run a comprehensive race, one that's fair. Do you think Republicans are going to make it law? They could end the filibuster right now. And people say, don't end it, don't end it. If and when the Democrats get power, they're going to end it. They're going to end it. Donald Trump is coming in and he's done something. And Republicans may not want to acknowledge it, but he's messed up their money. Whether you have construction sites and we're pulling the illegals up off of them, Yahoo! Or you're somebody who's mad because you can no longer make money off the stock market, which is a lot of them. Or USAID, because it wasn't just funding Democrats. All of these people were eating at the same table. They're friends, they're colleagues. They argue with each other when the cameras are on, when we're looking. But when we're not looking and the cameras are off, their children go to school together. They're outside playing baseball and shit like that. They don't care about you or I. You know how I know? They let us all get poisoned. It didn't happen until Donald Trump got elected. I mean, it didn't stop until Donald Trump got elected. At least you didn't know about it. You mean we all knew about it, but it wasn't confirmed. You never got confirmation. And you do now. You got confirmation now. And all of them on both sides had to know. All of them. All these diseases these people was creating, they made this shit up. Population control. Wow. Where does all these words come from? They've been saying it to us over and over and over again. And then we need an incredible audit and independent investigators to investigate the Alphabet Boys. The president, in my opinion, needs to get someone outside of, I would recommend Tom Fitton. I nominate Tom Fitton. I believe Tom Fitton will go in there and not care. And I believe that Tom Fitton would tell the American people the truth. I would also nominate Matt Gaetz. I would ask that Matt Gaetz would be a part of the process. The 3-letter agencies need to be audited, not by themselves. They've had the comfortable position of auditing every other law enforcement agencies in the nation. And I believe that those two individuals, Matt Gaetz and Tom Fitton, will work beautifully together. And they should work independently, going out to go get some Texas Rangers, some of the best investigators we have. People who are not beholden to a group or political ideology, but just simply the people who want to save the nation. I don't care if you got to give them polygraphs before we allow them to go to do the investigation. Super top secret. Because we need to know. Why is the FBI covering up, in my opinion, the fact that they put that young man on that roof to shoot Donald Trump? I and other Americans, pretty much all of us, believe every single horrible thing that has happened to the American people is due to the fact that our government has pushed for it to happen. It's the same way people like Meta get to continue to operate. Because we know Facebook, for a fact, has been brought in front of. It's the reason why they're censoring the show now. They don't want this up there. But we're gonna put this on Instagram. But it's the reason why Facebook and Meta gets away with literally unaliving people. They've been in front of Congress and had to answer for the fact that their application is responsible for unaliving people. An application where they can just censor you because they don't like what you say. And we know because they did it during COVID. There needs to be an investigation to every single department. I want to believe in Pam Bondi's Justice Department. But the American people do not believe in Pam Bondi's Justice Department. I'm pretty sure it's a difficult job. I'm sure she's not being on the national level. At some point, you got to shake that shit off. And you got to be precise. Someone like Letitia James, even if Abby Lowell is her lawyer, shouldn't feel so confident bucking at the Department of Justice. There seems to be so many mishaps. So many things is not being said that now the American people are turning on Donald Trump due to the extension of Pam Bondi. There isn't enough messaging in concerns of knowing how to address the people in their concerns. And I'm sure you cannot talk about ongoing investigations because you don't. And American people don't know that as a whole. People who are intelligent enough, they do. But you still have to address and talk about these things. And people are like, oh, It's only been 9 months. A proper investigation takes around 2 years. 2 years. I don't like the rush they've put in. I believe that Miss Law, Abby Law, I believe that's her name. I believe that the Senate should be rushing to confirm her. And I believe the president should take this. I believe was it El Salvador's president that said he was going to investigate everyone? I think it was the El Salvadorian president. I believe that Donald Trump to do the same thing. The Republicans didn't want to censor the woman who was texting Jeffrey Epstein, being questioned by him and parroting what it was that he told her to ask. And none of the Democrats gave you a reasonable explanation as to why they were asking a known convicted pedophile for money, yet they spun you telling you this was Jeffrey Epstein. I watched as MAGA started to turn their backs on Donald Trump and blame him for being in the Jeffrey Epstein files. And when he told you it was a hoax, you took it as him saying there was no Jeffrey Epstein or there was no murder. And it wasn't that. He was telling you that the Democrats are using it as a way to distract you. They're involved. And clearly they are. Democrats get to bang spies, get to hide their colleagues' crackhead son, flying all around the world, basically using his dad to manipulate and force other nations to pay a crackhead. We've watched as this same crackhead was pardoned and his laptop shown what appeared to be his penis in his niece's mouth. There was cocaine found in the White House. And the Secret Service at the time couldn't tell you who it belonged to. The FBI knew. They knew. The FBI knew that Fauci and his cohorts were creating a virus, and a deadly one. And they had to have known that they shared this virus with China. They covered it up. Covered up the mass unaliving of people who were forced and coerced to take a kill shot, telling them it would prevent something that it never prevented, causing more deaths. The whole country forgot about the flu because they introduced a more aggressive type and didn't market any flus at all. And then when ivermectin was brought up, when hydroxychloroquine was brought up, people were shamed, called fools. They attacked Joe Rogan for something that they knew could properly treat a virus that they themselves created and caused. The federal government is an extension of the judicial branch. Congress and the president and all of these people are involved. Donald Trump is loved by millions and millions and millions of Americans because we trust him. The reason why people are blaming him for failures within this government is because they're not blaming Pam Bondi and the people who deserve it the most. You can't tell someone you have something that you do not have. It's best to go online and tell people that we have an ongoing investigation and we cannot talk about it, instead of talking about something and then later on looking foolish because you're an extension of the president of the United States of America. You cannot be a chip in that man's armor. You have to be a reflection of excellence every single moment you are in front of those cameras. This is not a place where you put your feelings in it. This is a place where you put the work in. People are blaming Pam Bondi for going soft on Jeffrey Epstein when he was in Palm Beach, Florida. There isn't a lot of trust around Pam Bondi. There used to be a ton of trust around Kash Patel. There's little to none. 2 years. It takes 2 years for a proper investigation, at least 18 months. The first tests will be if they lose Letitia James and Comey's case. There needs to be an open investigation into those of Congress who were involved with Jeffrey Epstein. There needs to be an investigation into the FBI, an independent one, and into the government. And Donald Trump, this is to you, brother. You're not responsible for all of this shit that's been going on. But now it's been going on, and brother, it's been going on your watch. The American people will have your back if they see you're going to definitely put your foot down. They can say whatever they want on their televisions. They can try to make you look as bad as you want, but they've done that already. And we put you in office. They could try again. They can take threats at your children. They can do. You're in position and powerful enough to make sure nothing happens. But you're also backed by over 70 million people. This is the time. You can not only go down as one of the most peaceful, one of the most intelligent presidents that ever go in office, fixing everything that they've done and fucked up for the last 4 years, and also make sure that there's some messaging on that. There needs to be a considerable amount of messaging on that. They fucked it up. It's been 4 years of them fucking up everything. You don't fix shit overnight. Okay? But, Mr. President, the people have your back. If I was president, no disrespect, after seeing everything that's been going on and all of the treasonous actions, the Project Mockingbird, the so on and so forth, I would go to Dan Bonangino, who I believe for sure wants to be unleashed. And I would ask him, and I would go to Pete Hegseth, and I would ask him, and I would ask these guys, are you going to hold me down? Because it would be martial law. I'm not going to let people argue with me and tell me that the streets can have people using drugs out in the open, defecating in front of children. I'm not going to allow people to tell me after shooting me, raiding my home, trying to bankrupt my children, trying to destroy this nation, after poisoning all my brothers and sisters in this nation, after purposely doing this shit, then hiding it, then pardoning the son of a bitch you put up to do it. After all of that, I have to put my foot down. Because both sides knew this shit was happening. Never allow Bill Gates ever around you again, and make sure they investigate that son of a bitch, because they were experimenting on these humans, allegedly. Lock the shit down, keep businesses and everything functioning, and investigate the Congress, Mr. President. Address the people. Speak honestly from the heart. We fucking love you. And inform us why you need to do it. And make sure you're giving the people images, because some people just can't take your words. And show the images, the heinous shit, and then make sure you expose it. And then ask us, tell us, demand us to have your back as you clean house. I believe God makes everything happen, and there are no mistakes. I do not believe that God makes mistakes. I do not believe that Donald Trump was chosen other than for a specific reason. And more, as I see people even going against him, I see God showing himself even more. You stay safe, stay healthy, stay American. And remember, it's both sides. Two dirty wings and the same dirty, dirty, dirty bird. And I hope and I pray that the president stays safe, because none of those people like him. They really don't. And any Republican telling you that they don't believe that there needs to be an audit and an investigation into the monies that they've made, the millions of dollars that they've earned, then they're the fucking criminals.
I've been a patient here now for close to a year. I wanted the best care. I wanted consistent care. Sometimes you can go to places and when you do the reviews, you'll see, oh, you know, it's okay. If this person is working, it's bad. But when you check the reviews on the Smile Doctor, it's all positive. As soon as you walk in the door, I was always made to feel like I was a priority. It can give you a great experience. The televisions on the ceilings almost give you a euphoric flying feeling. They find out what music you like. So even the music of choice that you do like, it's playing when you walk in. I had a debilitating tooth issue that was actually going to start eating away at my bone marrow. And Dr. Reed caught it very early on. He removed the bad tooth. The surgery was easy, it was painless. I have 2 brand new teeth, and like I said, they're very attentive. So they're gonna measure your discomfort, they're gonna measure what pain you may have, and they're gonna deal with it. It's just a beautiful and positive environment. The experience here is unlike anything else I've ever went to, and I just encourage anybody out there, if you're watching this, come see the facility. Come listen to how quiet it is. Come listen to how happy the people are when they're exchanging words to each other. Come experience what it is to actually come and smile with confidence. Come to the Smile Doctor.